Field heads its way down the back straightaway. Looking for chief starter Terry Coletti's green flag off of turn number 4. Gruhl and Kaufman. Green flag is in the air. Jason Gruhl with the advantage through turns 1 and 2. He'll have the lead off of turn number 2 and into turn number 3. Sean Kaufman trying to battle on the outside. Jason Gruhl, your race leader. Ripley trying to get around that 10 of Kaufman for the second spot. Here comes Sean Kaufman battling back on the outside. Side by side for the race lead. Jason Gruhl on the bottom, Sean Kaufman on the top. Lucas Ripley in third, Kevin McClintock fourth. The Rooster Brandon Bailey in fifth. He's side by side with Willison Jr. Lee McCreary right there. Front 7 cars all in a wad in turn number 3. Jason Gruhl continuing to lead on the bottom. Lucas Ripley now clear of Kaufman. Ripley up to second, McClintock up to third. Bailey going to try and get by Kaufman. Sean Kaufman, a good run the first 6 laps in that outside lane. Now starting to slip back just a little bit. Does Jason Gruhl have enough to hold off Lucas Ripley, who already has a couple races under his belt at other racetracks here in 2017. Ripley now looking to the outside. Lee McCreary gets sideways in turns 1 and 2, bringing out our first caution on lap number 8. Green flag off of turn number 4. Ripley with a good run on the outside. Gruhl still going to be there on the bottom. And Ripley's going to clear him off turn number 2. Here comes McClintock. McClintock to the inside of Gruhl for the second spot. Moving Gruhl back to third. Caution for Lee McCreary. Complete restart. Gruhl and Ripley 8 laps in. Green flag off of turn number 4. Ripley with a good run once again through turn number 1. About the same thing going to happen. Nope. Gruhl going to stay there. Jason Gruhl still trying to hang on to that bottom lane as Ripley clears him going into turn number 1. Bailey trying to get around the 99 down the back straightaway into turn number 3. The fastest qualifier now up to second. Ripley, Bailey. Then the battle for third between McClintock on the outside, Jason Gruhl on the inside. Lucas Ripley, Brandon Bailey, halfway home. 13 in, 14 to go. 13 and 12 to go. The Rooster all over the back of Lucas Ripley. Ripley picked up a couple of feature victories a season ago, his first ones, and the Rooster looking for his first on opening night here in 2017. Bill Shimko sideways in turn number 4. And caution on the speedway. Coming off turn number 4. From McClintock, Jason Gruhl, your front 4. With 9 to go, looking for the restart. Green flag is in the air. Ripley and Bailey side by side through 1 and 2, maybe a little bit of contact. Here comes McClintock. McClintock is there for the second spot. Ripley, your race leader. Lucas Ripley, Kevin McClintock, Brandon Bailey, Sean Kaufman, Jason Gruhl, your front 5. Side-by-side battle for 5th as Sean Martyr will take over the 5th spot from Jason Gruhl. Good runs by Sean Kaufman in 4th and Sean Martyr in 5th. Behind Bailey, McClintock, and Ripley. Mike Bowers taking a look to the inside of the 99 of Gruhl for the 6th spot. Gruhl closes the door once again as Lucas Ripley with about a car length and a half lead over Kevin McClintock, coming to 2 to go. Actually coming to the white flag. White flag for Lucas Ripley. Off turn number 4, your winner, Lucas Ripley. Kevin McClintock finishes 2nd. Brandon Bailey 3rd. Sean Kaufman 4th. And Sean Martyr in 5th. Pulling into victory lane. In the Brindley Trucking, Richco Pallet, Burke and Nestor Race Cars, LTR Industries. Getting the belts undone. Took him a while to get that first feature victory, but since then he's been rattling them off. DT coming over to give him a congratulations. Here's your winner, Lucas Ripley.
What's up, buddy?
I told you to come see me Thursday. All right, now that I got my DT hug out of the road, and you got yours out of the road, now we can interview you in victory lane, man. So tell me, took you a while to get that first one. Now all of a sudden you're starting to rattle them off like crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it did take a while. I didn't figure I'd be here tonight. This thing was a pain in the all day.
Pain in the blank?
I think we had 4 different setups on it today.
But you know what? Hard work pays off. You get the victory lane, man. You had to hold off McClintock. Jason Gruhl gave you a good run too there for a while.
Yeah, it was. I mean, everyone's so close. I was worried about Rooster out there on the outside. I had to get going.
Yeah, Rooster was there, but you know what? You had a great restart, and just cruised from there. Kevin, didn't have a whole lot for you. You started to inch away from him just a little bit. I think you got some good things to come in a 0, finishing up there in points last year. Could be a championship this year, man.
We'll see what can happen.
So tell me, did running a couple features and a couple races at different places the last couple of weeks, over the last month or so, that help you be ready for tonight?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, you get the bugs worked out, and get the jitters out, and yeah.
Who you want to thank on the 0 tonight?
Oh, everybody. I mean, you got DT, Cart, Dad, Scooter, Mike. I mean, there's all kinds of people.
Don't forget your sponsors.
And, yeah, the sponsors for sure. You got Burkett Nestor, DMB Machine, Heron Auto. It's LTR Industries. That's the main one. Brindley Trucking. Huh? Ridgeco Pallet. Yeah.
All right, man. Congratulations. Victory Lane opening night.
Yeah, feels good.
All right. Your winner, Lucas Ripley. "15-lap mini truck feature is green." Fishburne going to shoot around the outside and take over the race lead. And Chad Smith gets sideways in turns 1 and 2 and spins. And caution on the speedway. And Fishburne off of turn number 4. Green flag back in the air. Smith been having some mechanical issues tonight as he protects the bottom and costs Michael Varnes about 4 spots. As Varnes will get around on the bottom now. And the 18 at Locker will sweep around. Fishburne to the race lead. Schweitzer looking to the outside of the 4 of Scott as Fishburne will lead lap number 1. Here comes Rick Schweitzer, heat race winner, to the outside of Fishburne, and Schweitzer will take the lead on lap number 3. Colt Locker, last year's champion, will take over the 2nd spot. Schweitzer and Locker, 1st and 2nd, starting to pull away from Fishburne and Scott as they've got Varnes and Smith right there, 4-way battle for the 3rd spot. Scott going to go to the outside of Fishburne in turn 4. That's going to open up the bottom for Varnes. As the 36 of Tim Frederick pulls pit side. 3 wide down the back straightaway for 3rd. Lots of contact between Varnes and Fishburne. Scott going to prevail in the outside lane. Varnes to 4th on the bottom. And the 87 of Fishburne back to 5th. As Locker trying to find a way around the 84 of Schweitzer. Problems for the 87 of Fishburne, and the 14 spins. Lots of fluid in turn number 1. Chad Smith being caught up in that Fishburne engine expiring. Barney Gerber pit side, and Tim Frederick as well. Green flag back in the air. Schweitzer and Locker. Through turns 1 and 2, Schweitzer will have the race lead. Down into turn number 3, Locker going to try and battle back on the outside. 5 laps to go. Locker getting sideways in the wheel dry in turns 1 and 2. Schweitzer, your leader. Locker in second. Tim Scott in third. Varnes in fourth. Locker trying to close in on that 84. Schweitzer trying to get to the bottom, and he turns him off turn number 4. Third, Locker fourth with 3 to go. Rich Schweitzer looking to pick up the opening night feature win. And green flag is in the air. Tim Scott with a good restart. Will he be able to make it stick through 1 and 2? No, he will not. And how Varnes got by, I'll never know. And green flag back in the air. Schweitzer to the race lead. Varnes doing a nice job in that outside lane, not getting sideways. As Locker moves up to the second spot. White flag for Rich Schweitzer. Colt Locker trying to make a run, but just can't get through 1 and 2. Gonna pack it deep into turn number 3. Not gonna be enough. Rich Schweitzer, your winner. Locker finishes second, Varnes in third, and Tim Scott in fourth. Pulling into victory lane in the Allen's Muffler. Van Meter's Auto Repair, Federated Auto Parts, and Alicia Manley MD sponsor number 84. There's your winner, Rich Schweitzer. Come on over here, young man. Young hell, he says. Man, I'll tell you what. You were right where you needed to be on the bottom.
Yes, I had the right lane for a change.
Finally, right? You know, Locker got spun up in turn 1, and then Scott went up there and spun in turn 1. And you know what? But the guys are getting a little bit better. You didn't pull away from them like you guys usually do.
No, it was nice to have some nice quantity of trucks and had some racing. It was fun.
Absolutely, and more trucks on the way. Who you want to thank tonight? Opening night feature winner.
Well, the family. They're the biggest part of it. Van Meters and whoever's on the hood there.
Allen's.
But it's mostly just family. We do it payday to payday, and we're here, so.
Congratulations, man. Mr. Smooth back in victory lane.
Old man smooth.
Old man Smooth in victory lane, your winner, Rich Schweitzer. The 99 of Ryan Schreffler, the 21A of Alex Stresky, the 4E of Tyler Eichel, and the 79 of Eric Brokaw. Green flag is in the air, 15 lap. Second feature, and Tyler 9 takes him 3 wide, 4 wide at one point, and Corey Herron going to blast up through the middle. Tyler 9, your race leader, and Corey Herron to second. Problems for the 86 of Beal as he's slow and will pull off the speedway. Tough break for Josh Beal running in the 4th spot. And now here comes Corey Herron looking for the race lead on Tyler 9. minutes of the race lead. The 41 of Espenshee pulls pit side as well. Corey Herron, your race leader, looking for his first career feature victory. Tyler 9, the youngster, runs in the second spot. The old veteran Alan Clark runs third in the 0. The 64 of Trevor Cool, another youngster, in the 4th position. Then the 99 of Schreffler, the 181 of Johns, the 2A of Stresky, and the 4E of Eichel, as well as the 79 of Brokaw way up high in turn number 4. Trevor Cool looking to try and get around the 0 of Alan Clark after Clark was unable to get around the 55 of 9. Corey Herron out front at number 30 machine, 7 laps complete. Tyler 9 gives up the bottom of the racetrack. Alan Clark going to take it, move the 0 up into the second spot, and here comes Cool to try and get up to third. Halfway home, 8 in, 7 to go. Corey Herron going to have Alan Clark on his bumper here in about another lap or 2. Will he be able to hold off the wily veteran Alan Clark? Trevor Cool runs third, Tyler 9 in 4th, and Ryan Schreffler starting to dig in on that 4th place machine. Now the 99 of Schreffler trying to look to the inside of Tyler 9. Unable to make it stick this time by. And the 0 of Clark is there. Corey Herron, Alan Clark, nose to tail, coming to 3 to go. Herron and Clark. Clark goes to the outside in turn number 1. Corey Herron protecting the inside, going to try and make Alan Clark do it the long way around. White flag for Corey Herron. Alan Clark going to give it another shot, looking to the outside through 1 and 2. Will Clark be able to get there? Down the back straightaway, Clark inching in. Into turn number 3. Herron on the bottom. Clark on the top. Off of turn number 4. Your winner is going to be Corey Herron. Alan Clark finishes 2nd, Trevor Cool 3rd, Tyler 9 in 4th, and Ryan Schreffler in 5th. Herron, another one of those retro paint schemes, back to his dad's machine in the early mid-90s. Was able to hold off the wily veteran, another 2nd-generation driver, Alan Clark, to pick up the feature win. Going to be a pretty happy guy in victory lane, and it's number 30. Budweiser on the sponsorship. Marathon Penzo's Pizza, Wallach Scrap Metals, Byler's Dutch Country Cupboard Marathon. Climbing out, here's your feature winner, Corey Herron. Come on over here, my man. That's got to feel pretty good.
It definitely feels great.
It should. It's been a long time coming. I know you've been trying the last couple of years, and you finally got a car underneath you that's capable of winning.
Absolutely. Just took a couple tire pressure, tire changes, and some suspension setup. It helped. So.
And everything's kind of turning around. You know, you get married, you got a kid. You know, well, that's what I said. You got married, you getting a kid on the way. Things looking up for Corey Herron.
Yes, they are. I couldn't do it without my wife and, of course, my friends. They helped me with everything. If it wasn't for our racing family that we have, I mean, this wouldn't mean nothing to me. So, thank you guys.
Thank your sponsors as well.
Budweiser, Marathon, Byler's Dutch Cupboard, Penzo's Pizza, Skyline, Wallet Scrap. I think that's about it.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Corey Herron in Victory Lane. Finish Line Motors Victory Lane. Corey Herron, your feature winner to wrap up week number 1 of the 2017 racing season here at Midvale Speedway. Thank you all for coming. Please be safe and be careful driving home. Have a great Easter Sunday, and we'll see you back here next week. Wear blue, Autism Awareness Night, Pepsi Night here at Midvale Speedway.
Getting ready for the first green flag of the 64th season at Midvale Speedway. Dave Martin, Alex Rosenberry, Brian Smith, Ryan Sesto. The number 13 tonight is Bill Shimko from Canton, Ohio, and the Finish Line Motors, Canton Auto Sales, Smith Auto Sales, Full Throttle Auto Diesel Specialist, and Downtown Automotive sponsor number 13. And the fastest qualifier, number 55, the Rooster, Brandon Bailey from Leesville, Ohio, the Style Car Wash, Boss Club Grill, Silver Hydraulics, number 55. Number 2, I should say. Jason Gould, Sean Kaufman on the front row. Kaufman's going to battle back on the outside. Kaufman the race leader. Side by third spot, then side by side for fourth. Sponsor number 02. Rounding out your field, the number 2 of Lee McCreary from Philadelphia, Ohio. And the M&D Designs Brittle Trucking R&R Carb Service, J&S Mowing and McCombs Market, sponsor number 2. 8-lap race number 2. McCune trying to take the lead on the outside. The 17 now talking on the speedway. So Laney Stresky, Jimmy McCune, Sean Barter, Christian Bailey from the road. Trying to get the lead on the outside. Stresky going to battle back on the bottom. Barter to the outside. Second spot. Here comes Sean Barter to the outside. Jimmy McCune up front in the 22. Sean Barter alongside Christian Bailey in the 37. The 2 of McCurry. The 02 of Bauer in the 17 of Stresky. Battle back on the bottom. Side by side off the front of the Sean Barter. Hurry up to second. TippyCat.com. Stewart's Flooring, sponsored 44. The 11 is Mike Martin from Canton, South Ohio, the State Farm Insurance GMC. Heating and Cooling Country Mart Canton Auto Sales, sponsor number 11. And your champion from last Car Feed Towing and Tim Bickford Apartments, sponsor number 7. Josh Moss, your front two. Larry Smith, Bob Passwater, senior in row number 2. 2 laps in, 6 to go, race number 1. In turn number 1, number 5. The number 4 is Tim Scott from Sunbury, Ohio. The 118-year champion from a season ago, Colt Walker from Somerdale, Ohio. In the My Water Doctor Townhouse drive-thru, GM Electric, Duncan Oklahoma Silver. By Rick Munster, 40 in the 36th record. We got Smith way up the racetrack, but he gets the 3 wide down the back. third spot. Nicholas back to fourth. Warren goes fifth. They had pretty much over a half a lap in. The 95 of Barnes will be charged with that caution. So your winner, Auto Allen Buckler Federated Auto Parts Alicia Manley Empty, sponsor number 84. Put your hands together for Mr. Spoon Rich Schweitzer. The 15 is Kyle Finlayson from Oliver, Ohio. Finlayson Towing, Finlayson Trucking, Outlaw Vinyl, Shutterbug Photography on the 15 of Finlayson. The 21, going to be a part-timer in this division, going to be running the late model here in a couple weeks, Katie Jaybird, in that number 21 machine. 24 and the fastest qualifier trying to get rid of it. Center Hall of Fame Cycle Rod Iceman Mullet Peffenbauer Synthetic Indoor Dealer in the Glass House, sponsor number 7. Larry Emmett Jr., 69 is Dan Buck, and the 30 turn number 1, thought better of it. Now he's going to get line by one. 4, Sales B&B Auto Body, Countryside Recycling, and Ziegler Diesel Performance. Sponsors on the 55. There's Dutch Covered Marathon, Wallach Scrap Metal, Skyline Mobile Homes, and Budweiser, sponsor number 30. The number 0 is Alan Clark from Sheriffsville, Ohio, in the Hill of 4. Mid-Vid Racing Videos, Leggett's Tire, ACDC Racing, sponsor number 0. Rounding out your field in the number 64 is Trevor Poole. Trying to battle back on the bottom, a little bit of contact. Turn 1 2. Here comes Corey Herron in that 30. 0 of Alex Clark. One track to the outside of Herron, but Herron's going Tyler Knight, the race leader. Here comes Corey Herron for the second spot. Herron will move up to second. Here comes Alan Clark on the outside. Competitor in that number 0, looking to make the outside. Now he's going to set his sights on the youngster. Tyler Knight in the 55. Knight doing a great job. Knight's looking 55 ride. Tyler on 5 laps. Starting to get a big push at the exit of the corner. Does it in 3 and 4 in turn number 2. Clark in turn number 3. Alan Clark. Still there. Into turn 1 and 2. Here comes Corey Herron. 3-way battle for race number 3. Tyler Knight, third of opening night here at Midvale Speedway. The number 21 machine, the 21A, is Alex Sheet from New Philadelphia, Ohio, in the RV Parts Express, M&J Auto, Matthews Lawn Care, DJ's Custom Cartoons, and Reynolds Trucking, sponsor number 41. Edmund She will take over the third spot, Brokaw back to fourth. Alex Stresky, your race leader into turn number 3. There's Johnson. Rookie driver ran a little bit in the trucks this season ago. Number 4. Derek John. John F. Front 3. Alex Drusky in the 21. Old black. 21. Black flag, the 181 of John Turig's leader. The 41 of Esmond, he runs second. And then the 79 of roll call.